So, today I'm going to tell you about your energy and your chakra systems and how your feelings come into play and can be a very powerful tool for you to manifest and make things better and even reprogram your brain. So, I like to discuss how to work with energy, how to manage energy here on this channel. And as many of you know, I'm a sound therapist, so I do a lot of work with sound therapy, and I use a lot of tools that carry certain frequencies, and we work with those frequencies. And there have been tons of scientific studies on different frequencies that would absolutely blow your mind. So there is science behind the idea of frequency work. Now, you have a north and south polarity, and that makes you kind of magnetic in a sense. And you also carry an electromagnetic field, and that is because of your polarity. And your polarity must always remain strong, and part of strengthening that polarity is working with the chakra centers and making sure that you have a good flow of energy. Now, chemical processes happen in your body, and it can be a response to somebody hurting your feelings, or something happens that makes you feel fearful, or something like that can trigger these chemical processes in your body, and we feel them in our chakra centers. And we feel them there because they carry a frequency, and not just that, a measurable frequency, measurable by science, measurable by certain devices. So we're feeling this energy here in our chakra centers, and we have it, and it's there, and it builds up, and it becomes a blockage. And it also becomes a comfortable frequency, and energetically, or rather chemically speaking, it becomes a regular chemical process. And so, that fear stokes more fear. And when you have this experience, you have this chemical response, your receptors are filled with this dissonant frequency versus something healthy and good and harmonious. And so we become, kind of trained by our own energy to kind of look back on the past, to judge our life from a past perspective. And a lot of times it isn't always the best perspective. It's funny because it's in our nature to look at the negative things that have happened and judge how to move forward really based on those first. It seems like the negative always seems to be more impactful, and we are more attracted to it as human beings, it seems. And I really think that has to do with the chemical processes that we have grown up having, that we've been kind of inadvertently taught to have. And we just kind of get comfortable with the chemicals in that state. We look at it like stasis, that place where we feel everything is good and cool and we're comfortable and all systems are good, and it sucks if your all systems are good is in an uncomfortable energy, or something that would be uncomfortable for somebody that wants to be harmonious, right? And so because of that, we have this reliance, and we always go back to that energy, and we bring it back in, and we fill our receptors with these chemicals that are fight or flight chemicals, really. And they keep us programmed for that energy. So what we need to learn to do is move that energy. And as you guys know, I work with the tuning forks and the crystal bowls, and I can, kind of clear out dissonant energies that get into the energetic field. And I feel that's been very successful because of the results, but also because I can hear it with the forks, and I can tell that when that something's been cleared, and I can feel when something is actually there. It's a audible sound. So we don't always have to have these instruments to make something happen, to create a chemical reaction in our own body. And that's what we need to learn to do, is take the energy that might have been this negative chemical reaction, and we will feel it in one of our chakras. And most times you're going to feel it in your lower chakras. And here in these lower chakras is where we get blockages that tie us here to this material realm. It ties us to the physical. And we are both physical and spiritual beings. And so we have to learn to move into that higher frequency, move and be comfortable in a more spiritual energy, in that collective energy, if you know what I mean. So we don't want to be tied down here in these lower frequencies, and we certainly don't want to allow that to build up and be a place that we feel comfortable with. So we change that frequency and we bring that energy up all the way into your heart chakra. And here in your heart chakra, it's resonating at a different frequency. And here is where you would apply your go-to idea. You'll think about how you would want that to change. Instead of it being, whatever negative experience or feeling that you're having, what would be the opposite of that? What would be the positive form of that? How could you see that or see yourself in something better or in a better situation? That is the moment you envision yourself in that moment, or however it resonates with you. But you make that into the vision that sits on your energy as you carry it through to your crown chakra. Your heart energy is going to carry a much higher hertz, higher frequency. And so as you think of that beautiful thing, how you want it to change, whatever the case may be, to make your situation better, then move it on up through the throat, through the third eye, through the crown chakra, and just send it up into the higher realms, into the higher chakra realms, and allow that energy, whatever it was that was negative, to become something positive. And now you're having a different chemical reaction in your body because you're feeling that energy in your heart chakra. And from there, you'll produce oxytocin and positive chemicals that are much more beneficial for you health-wise. And these things will set your system right. And you need to learn to remain in that energy as much as possible. So whenever those feelings come up, train yourself to just say, okay, I acknowledge that that's there. Now, what is the most positive outcome, realistic or not? It doesn't have to be a realistic outcome either. But seeing yourself in a much more positive way, or seeing the situation turning positive in some way, sending it out through your crown chakra is going to change that frequency within you. And that is where it all happens, is right here within you. And when it comes to moving energy, I like to think of it like moving our body parts, like when we're walking around and we're just doing our thing and we're not thinking about it, our arms and legs and body parts, they're moving and they're doing their thing, and we're not telling it what to do. But when we're doing a complicated dance move, or we're doing something that's more technical and you have to watch, your position, and you have to watch the way you're holding yourself, in those situations, we are using our brain to direct our energy and telling it exactly how we want it to be. And not only that, but we're critiquing it and watching it and making it all happen at the same time. And that is what you do when you move your energy through your energetic centers and into a higher frequency. So I hope this video helped you guys in some way. It was my absolute pleasure, and I wish you the very best.